So you want to create content and build a community that loves you for you? If yes, then keep watching. This video is for you. Hi. Um, Hi. Welcome to my YouTube channel, and I am Aditya. I am a personal branding strategist and a social media manager. So let's get into it. Before we get into like what kind of content to create, who you are creating for, ask yourself a question. Why do you even want to create content? What is your purpose? Because content creation is, it's not a, it's easy, but it's not easy. It's not that difficult. It's simple, but it's not that easy. But for some people it is. But they have practiced it enough time. That's why it's easy for them. It's like the more you practice, the more you repeat a certain task, you become good at it. So sometimes many people, they feel like social media is getting to them basically. So if you don't have your why, a strong why do you want to, like, why do you even want to start content creation, then probably you will exhaust yourself, you'll burn out. So have a clear why. Okay, this is the direction that I am going in, and this is how content creation is going to support that goal. Okay, so have a clear and strong why. After watching this video, literally write it down in your notes, in your phone. What is your why, and how it's going to support the goal that you want to achieve. Write it down, because whenever you feel like you need to hear that, like why even you are creating content consistently and stuff like that, you can go, like, you know you can open up, pull out the notes and read it out, and it will feel better. I know that because I do it basically. Okay, so let's move on to the next thing, and it's about Ikigai. Basically, you want to create content around the topics that you love, because it's a long term thing. We are not only going to focus on for a year or more, for a year or maybe like 3 months or maybe 1 month, but think about it like a 5 year plan, that you are going to be creating content around these topics. Think about it. I know life does probably will not go the way you want, but it will go better than that. Hmm? I am a manifestation girly, and I will not affirm anything that does not support my goal. Okay, so it will life will go better than that, and sometimes your path will change for the better. Um, so think of it from that perspective, and we want to have a foundation strong, even though we don't know what future holds for us, but still. So generally, like, not generally, I recommend to my friends, I have recommended this Ikigai framework. I'm sure if you guys have heard of. If not, what are you doing, man? Like, go check it out. Okay, so basically this is a like a book. You can search it up online and on Amazon or anywhere. And this book talks about, like, basically four things. This frameworks basically talks about like four things. First, list down the things that you love. Second, list down the things you are good at. Third, and um, what you can be like paid for, like what are the skills that you can be paid for. And final one, how can you contribute it to the world, right? So this is the fourth thing basically. And intersection of all these four things, like, create a Venn diagram and stuff like that. Or you can highlight the things that are common out of these four things, and then you can move ahead with that. So this is the framework I recommend. I have personally also used this, and that's how I got into social media marketing and personal branding, because yeah, I love it. Or like, if you are like more like journal person, let me give you a prompt. Okay, it's in my laptop, I'll read it out. If you had to live the same week for 10 years, what would it look like? What would you be excited to do every single week? Okay, I'll put this somewhere. By Ikigai, you have figured out your niche, and now we will be focusing on, who is your target audience and how to basically identify them, how to define them. Okay, so you have figured out your niche, and now we will be talking about, your ICP. Your ICP is basically your ideal client profile or persona. And so your ICP is basically the person your content is meant to help. And if you're talking to everyone now, you are talking to no one. The more specific you will get, the more your content will resonate and feel relatable to your audience. It will help them more, basically. The more impact you have on your audience. How to figure it out, like, who is your ideal audience? I would suggest, like, write everything about them, but like, what will you write about them? So the first is demographics. In the demographics, you will focus on the age, location. If your content is towards that, if you're helping someone who is like, teenage, then you have to target that. If you're targeting someone who is over 40, then you have to focus on this age factor. So write everything down. I am listing out, I'll read it out from my laptop. Okay, so basically, the age, gender, location, job type, like, are they a entrepreneur or are they in a corporate, or like what kind of income do they have if your content is targeted towards that. And like, life stays, are they student, entrepreneur, working professional, like, everything. Write everything down, basically. And the second is like psychographic. It's basically what they think, how they think. Yeah, so their hobbies, interests, values, beliefs. um, I'm looking down in my laptop. Okay, so basically, pain points and challenges and goals and desires. Okay, so these are the things that psychographics includes. I would really suggest to write everything down on paper, in your notes, anywhere, but write it down. And once you write it down, it will be more clear to you that, okay, this is your audience, and these are the problems they can have, and how you can solve them through your content. Just imagine your ICP is, your ideal audience is looking, searching for a something. They have searched something, and then they found your video. So this is how it works. Your topic, your content is supposed to be solve, like, supposed to solve a problem, right? Otherwise, um what's the point? And when I say solving the problem, it doesn't have to be like solving, like creating tutorials and stuff like that, but you can provide a value. Your audience should feel that your content is valuable, and value doesn't mean that basically you are giving them all of your strategies, but it's a, like, if we talk about like comedy, it's still providing value. It's making people laugh. So what is your content is doing, and what value means to you, you can also define that. Okay, take action. If Because if you wait for perfect time, you will probably wait forever, because there is no perfect time. You will never feel ready. You have to start before you feel ready. Because, like, even I don't feel ready, but yeah, I am doing it, and I am going to do it consistently until it feels comfortable. So yeah, and please, guys, keep me accountable. What you need to do first, figure out your why. What is your north star? Second, use Ikigai to find the topics, areas, or maybe skills that you like, and everything, like, what is the intersection of all of it. And the last one is like, figure out your ICP. Who is your ICP? Define them properly. Give that person a name, right? Mine is like, my ICP name is like Hope. Yeah. Um and then and that's it. If you have any questions, drop them below. I would love to answer them for you. And if you love my vibe, then like this video and do consider subscribing.